Welcome to the Blake's Way, life, business and unapologetic conversations.
I've spent 15 years of my career on that side of the camera, telling people on this side of the camera what to do and what to say.
And after 8 years of telling him what to do and what to say, he finally listened and agreed to share our story publicly.
But Kate, this isn't just another boring business podcast, is it?
No, it's not. It's about marriage, it's about business, it's about failures and wins.
And about me not getting cancelled for my unwoke jokes. Enjoy.
Sure.
Are you dreaming about being a Blake and being able to do it?
I'm already a Blake. What the fuck are you talking about? I've been a Blake for the last 5 years.
And we leave 30 grand in debt. I had a dream that I hated Archie, baby, because everything in life had to change.
I think we need to have this.
Yeah, never question.
All right, I was calling on the talk back.
Do you? Oh God, Jesus, yeah. Can I share my biggest fear about pregnancy?
The way.
You having a vaginus. Kate, I know exactly why your first question you wrote on the script, why are we doing this? I know why I'm doing it, because last week at dinner, you sat down, you put a lovely meal in front of me, and you gave me the same speech as when you told me we were going to start InspoHub as a video production company. So I'm doing this at first to please you, and because I was peer pressured by my wife, who I know is always right. But why did you want to start this?
I think every time you and I show up at a job or at a party or any sort of work engagements, or even on social media, we get a lot of attention. I think people love the combination of you and me. Like, we have two very, very different personalities, two very different backgrounds. But somehow when you and I are together, the energy in the room changes. And I know that we have influence on people, on our friends, on our colleagues, on our peers. And I just want to extend it further. And now when we are growing, not only our business, but also our family, I just think it's a fun project to do together. I've always wanted to do something with you, you know? That's why I brought you into the business, but it seems like it's not enough. I want to run a business with you. I want to be married to you. I want to have a child with you, but I also want to have some sort of a creative output that we could do together. Because at business, we have two very different roles. You know, that you're a creative producer. I'm more on like business operations side, but I wanted just to do something creatively with you. And every time when I saw other podcasts and other people having their conversations and seeing the dynamic, like one is really fun and like easygoing and another one is more to the point, more cutthroat, I always thought, like, we are the same. And I think this dynamic is beautiful and I just wanted to capture this.
Who's uptight and who's easygoing?
Guess.
Yeah. Okay. What will be the Spotify description of this podcast then?
Like a short sentence?
Yeah, like, you know, when it says underneath, like, I don't know, what's it called? The Blake's Way.
Yeah, the name will be the Blake's Way.
And then underneath, the summary is going to say what?
I thought something like unfiltered conversations about marriage, business, and anything in between.
Something more casual, like chatting shit, life and business.
Chatting shit.
Maybe, no, you can't put chatting shit, can you?
No.
It's too casual. Okay, it's an interesting choice of name, the Blake's Way, because you haven't even changed your name. You're not even officially a Blake.
What do you mean? I'm LinkedIn official.
Yeah, and Instagram.
And Instagram official.
So you're dreaming of the Blake's Way, of being a Blake and doing it our way?
Sure.
Are you dreaming about being a Blake and being able to do it?
I'm already a Blake. What the fuck are you talking about? I've been a Blake for the last 5 years since I made this commitment to you. So we often get asked the same question when people get to know that we are husband and wife, but we also run the business together. How do we work together? Like, we are pretty much spending 24/7 together.
I always tell people that taking the dog for a walk at the end of the day is the switch over, going from business to pleasure. But I think I just convinced myself that's the truth, because it's definitely not. I think it takes up our whole life. I don't think there's any part of life that doesn't get affected by work now. And I'm scared for what happens when the baby arrives and how we make time for him without talking work whilst changing nappies, because that would be weird. But I also hope that he kind of makes that personal space feel more personal.
Because we had a few really tough years in business and in our personal life. And obviously it was overpowering our personal life, and we were talking about business all the time. We were trying to fix problems. And then I thought, oh, maybe when life is good, it will be easier to keep this balance. But now life is good and the business is thriving, but we're still talking about this. Either it's positive or negative. I think it's just such an integral part of our lives. And it's silly to say that we have clear boundaries. We don't have the boundary.
But I don't think we need to. It's not like we're accountants doing something that's we have no interest in or passion. I think I'd be doing this for free if I wasn't doing this for work, as a hobby, something to do with making videos in some way. It is a hobby job. I think we're lucky to be doing what we're doing. And the whole business side of things is new for me, and I find that also a bit of a hobby. The entrepreneurship is fun. I don't think you can be truly successful unless it does consume your life.
But do you think it's affecting our marriage in any way?
Yeah.
In a good way or in a bad way?
It depends how businesses go. I think when we do really well, like we've just finished the World Championships, like at the end of a season, and you and I go out and celebrate something, I think that's amazing. And we're on this, we're like high as a kite with it on adrenaline and dopamine and whatever it is that, the feel-good vibes. And then when something's gone badly, you can't just leave it at the office, because if I fuck something up or if you fuck something up, I'm spending all night looking at the person who reminds me about what went wrong. Not that you ever fuck anything up, but if you remind me of work, and I can't stop talking about work.
But before meeting me, did you know any couples that were running business together as well as being married? Have you ever thought about having working together with your partner? Did it ever cross your mind? And did you think never going to happen? Did you had any objections, or you never thought about this really?
I never thought about it, but I never thought about running a business either. I never saw myself as someone who could successfully run a business or run a successful business. But I still think that maybe it's not imposter syndrome, but it's just my general feeling that you do a lot of the business heavy lifting and I do a lot of the product side of what we do. So I know I own the business with you. I don't always see myself as the same as you.
But let's shine a light a little bit on actually how did we end up being together as business partners? Because it took me...
The same as this podcast. You basically sat down over dinner, did a really nice dinner one night and said...
This took me one night of persuasion. Now when I think about this, it might come across really wrong. But I manipulated a couple of our friends and asked them to encourage you and our colleagues just to say that, Ben, I think that's a great idea, you should do this. So that was a very short span from idealization and then actually putting this into action. Whereas bringing you into InspoHub took me 2 years. So what was the deal? Why the hell did it take me 2 years to persuade you to join InspoHub?
I knew that I couldn't go from zero to hero. I knew that it would take a long time to get to where we are now, or something similar to this. And I knew that to get from that point of being freelance to getting here, I'd have to still do some freelance work in between. And I thought that if I started taking jobs, as a whole production company, that my freelance opportunities would dry up, because people would think that's not a freelancer, that's a business. And therefore, why would I employ Ben? Because he might steal the work off of me. I think I saw that happen with other companies I work with as well. I'd seen people being frozen out, or I'd worked with companies that had actively stolen something from another company when the guy who they used to freelance for. And yeah, I just had a fear of that, and we didn't have much cash, didn't have any fucking money, so I was scared of what the worst case scenario would be, rather than seeing the best case scenario and just committing to it. And it wasn't like, I think you said, it wasn't until COVID, really, when you one evening said to me, Ben, it's all fucking dried up. You've got no work from these freelance people you've got no freelance work from those production companies. Just fucking go out there and do it yourself. And I was like, there isn't really much choice here.
But have you ever thought about yourself as a business owner? You know, when you work with so many different production companies in the UK and abroad, but has this thought ever crossed your mind that I would like to have my production house at some point in my life? Or
No,
never?
Never. I always wanted a bit more control. I always wanted to be able to. I think there's always like budget limitations in projects, and as a creative person, you always feel you're like so oppressed by the budget.
And nothing changed since. Still
true. I just give less shits about the creative and more care about the budget now. But like sometimes you and I have a conversation and I persuade you, look, Kate, we're going to sacrifice some profit here because this is more important to do this right. And I can make that decision now. Whereas before I was just like pleading with someone, like, please. They're like, no, there's no budget.
Firstly, your career, you were building your career as a director.
Yeah.
Do you think you became a director because you wanted to be in the spotlight? You wanted to be the decision maker. You wanted to be the top dog.
But 100%.
I love
the power. The power is what I love.
Wait. Like, it took me, like I said, one night of persuasion. But still, like, you getting on this podcast.
You say it like it was sexual.
You know, like you were saying that you don't feel comfortable to be in front of the camera. You don't feel like, you have something to say or something to share.
It's uncomfortable.
But at the same time, you are someone who wanted to become an actor. Your parents didn't allow you to become an actor. And then you chose, among all the different roles that you could have chosen in live TV, you chose a director's role. I think there is a bit of a conflict going on. How much power hungry you might be and how much fame hungry you might be.
I definitely want to be a celebrity. It's the only reason I said yes to this podcast. I want to be famous.
You want to be famous?
Yeah. I think I do fame really well. I've got no like crazy exes in the closet to be worried about coming out and publicly shaming me.
Oh,
I've got maybe I haven't got any like baggage. I'm scandal free. I think I've got it all going for a celebrity. I'd spend the money well. I'd always do interviews.
Yeah, what about all your non-woke jokes?
I do autographs.
But you can
I'd be cancelled as quick as I got.
You can be cancelled for anything these days, honestly.
Yeah, I think I'd get cancelled if I was famous.
Still, to this day, I really don't understand how you are walking this line, this really thin line, with your sense of humour and being cancelled. Like, no one sees you as
it's all
like
about
offensive.
saying it at the right time to the right people. Do you think you could run the business without me?
No.
Why not?
I don't know why. It'd
be boring.
No, but we've worked with other producers, we worked with other directors, and no one was, for me, objectively, subjectively, I don't know, I'm biased, I'm married to you.
More passion.
No,
more energy,
but no one
more
as
passion.
good as you are. Like every time when we deal with some directors, like they're good, but they're not like you. I prefer hearing your voice 24/7, even in my talk back. I prefer when you direct the shoot. I think there's the way how you run things are more aligned with, because we align in values and in our communication style. I just prefer it. Like, I never question your creative capabilities. I've questioned many times all the other capabilities that you have, but creatively, I've never questioned it.
I couldn't do what you do. I know that for sure. I don't. You.
But do you even know what I do?
No, that's partly why. Sometimes you show me spreadsheets, and I'm just like,
yeah, whatever.
Stevie Wonder looking at the fucking computer screen.
Yeah. Okay, can we buy this new math system, please? Do we have the cash for that?
How does it feel? Do you feel like you run a business solo, or do you think it is equally split?
I think that I was running the business solo even after you joined you joined officially like 2020. I think I had certain expectations of how life would change when we would get married first, and then when you would join the business. And those expectations were not met. They went out of fucking window. I don't know even like what those expectations were. I don't think I was clear in my own head what I wanted from you. But I knew that I didn't get what I wanted, even though I didn't clearly know what I wanted. And I think the same was with you joining as business partner, because you joined after I had 2 burnouts. And I was so exhausted just running this thing on my own, with all the traumas that I was carrying with me that was before my self-work and my therapy. And I was just so exhausted. I was just screaming for help, but I didn't know what sort of help I needed. And I think having you in the business just gave me some sort of sanity, but not necessarily you were there to fix certain problems. Maybe you took away some emotional load of me, or at least you were aware of all the day-to-day bits and pieces. So at least you could feel and know, yeah, that's tough, that's shit. But I think when you properly stepped into like a business owner position was September 2023. This is when you and I almost got divorced after your first trip to Saudi, and you were there for 8 weeks, and it took a massive toll on our marriage. We didn't have any cash flow in the business. I just didn't see the way out of it. And again, like I think I was on the edge of my like burnout number 3. And then this is when we realized that our marriage is not working, our business partnership is not working, yet we still love each other and we still care about each other, but we need to rebuild how we run things. And this is where we identified clear responsibilities within our marriage and within our business. And we started taking ownership of those things. Whereas in the past, it would be like, oh, clearly we are short on cash. Shouldn't you go and do some sales? Oh, I thought you would go and do some sales. You know, we started having those clear targets, clear like areas of responsibilities, like accounts that we were responsible for, and we couldn't pass on the blame anymore. But I think you also reached a point when you were so sick and tired of the shortage of resources we had as a family and as a business, that you finally were able to take risks and really go out there and be like, you know what, things are gonna change. And things did change. Like, it's crazy to think where we were 2 years ago and where we are now. So yeah, now I definitely feel like we are doing this together. No questions asked. Even though we have clear responsibilities within the business, you know, I'm more like business growth and business operations, and you are the product delivery. And I think we do need to have those things separated, because you never question where I drive business forward and the decisions I'm making in this area. And I never question how we deliver service to our clients. I think we need to have this.
Yeah, never question.
All right, I was calling on the talk back.
Do you? Oh God, Jesus, yeah.
Don't forget to use the small ball camera. Don't forget to use the small ball camera. But because the director asked me to remind him, all right? I wasn't micromanaging.
You micromanage. You can blame it on the baby, or you're like, how? Oh, here's a good fucking question, mate. You wrote down here. Wonder why you wrote this one. How do you keep respect alive when we're both strong personalities? I've told you, I don't think you respect me. You always fucking undermine me. You always micromanage what I'm doing. So Kate, defend yourself. How do you think you keep respect?
How do I keep respect? I think that I respect you very much. More than I respect other people. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I am the person with a very low tolerance for bullshit, for stupidity.
You just have a low tolerance for anything, alcohol included.
Come on, no. During my good years, I could I could tolerate a lot.
Yeah. What's one rule that we live by as a couple that people wouldn't expect? My funny answer is no sex. My serious answer is no public displays of affection, no PDA. We never PDA. I think people, unless you Yeah, I'm using notes, right? Unless people knew we were a couple, like by the fact that our surname is the same on the call sheet, I don't think people would even know we're a couple.
I think
we
if I
fly
was
under the radar with it.
Yeah, I think if I was using my real name, people would have never guessed. No, I think we're like, you know, we hold hands and
Next level. It's like
no, I think that
yeah, we are different, definitely different away from people that we work with.
but
I always feel awkward if we were around someone that we
no,
were.
but you've seen those situations, you know, like you've seen people like being officially together and unofficially together. You know, there's lots of like romance going on.
I once saw one of our employees kiss their partner, and I was like,
oh gosh, man.
I don't know where to look.
But I think it's just like we know how it makes us uncomfortable. So why do you make it uncomfortable to other people?
You feel uncomfortable kissing me?
No. But like if you see people
Don't hold my
showing
hand.
affection at work, I think it's a little bit like, I don't know, not like distracting, but it just, is it really necessary?
You don't want to see the boss kissing the boss.
No, that's 100% no. No.
I love it when you told Paul that we were pregnant. He said, "Oh, now I know that Mum and Dad have definitely had sex."
Yeah, but this is interesting that people do like our employees do treat us sometimes as a
Mum and Dad.
Mum and Dad. Yeah. I wonder if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So where do you think our partnership is successful, and why is it successful from your perspective?
I think I respect you a hell of a lot.
Apparently, I don't respect you.
Yeah, but we're not talking about you now. I respect you because, and I trust your opinion, because more often than not you're right. And you've proven that. So when you have ideas that I'm like, oh, like let's do a podcast, Ben, it's going to be really fun. I am actually having quite a good time now. I'm enjoying myself, and I feel way more relaxed than I thought I would. Let's start a business. Go to the fucking car showroom. Ben wants to buy a nice little hatchback that we can afford. In case there's no, let's buy a fucking Range Rover Evoque when we get there, and we leave 30 grand in debt. You know, we paid double for that car than we needed to.
I know, but every day we drove that car, we felt really good about ourselves.
Yeah, great.
It wasn't
So
the
much
best
has gone wrong
financial
with
investment. I know, but
let's get a dog.
how?
And that was another idea of yours.
Yeah, but how much kit we were able to fit into that car,
Yeah.
and how much money we saved on renting vans to be able to go to shoot. So technically,
We saved our clients money.
yeah, great,
Well
good
done.
for them.
Room for improvement. I mean, it's pretty fucking perfect. I'm enjoying it now.
Now you are.
I don't find money as a motivator anymore, because we went from having fuck all cash, like not a pot to piss in.
Minus fuck
we were
all.
negative money. I remember there being months where we had to, like you and I, like the day before payday, had a conversation like, how do we tell an employee that we do not have the money to pay them this month, but we're pretty fucking sure the money's coming, and somehow it came the next day, and we could pay people.
Yeah, we paid the payroll. Yeah.
Like, that was something to run away from, and that was inspiration for me. Like that was like, we're running away from a money problem. Now I feel like all the things I had on my list of like, okay, I've got a dream that's like, oh, I want a yacht, I want a supercar.
And then 5 pairs of new underwear.
5 pairs of new underwear.
He has it on his like one list. It can be like some Aston Martin V12 Vantage, and the next thing like, oh, like 5 pairs of new underwear.
I think it was 5 shirts I wanted.
Yeah, it's just all on the same list. They're like 10 scented candles.
You know what?
And
Though?
then next to the yacht.
I got the 5 underpants, and now I need 5 more. So I do still need underpants, but I my basic needs
are covered.
Like, yeah, my basic wants, like the things that excited me, I've done that, and I don't have that money driver anymore. So I think I need what I think is the next development is working out what inspires me. But I think I need a new motivation that's not money. Fuck, says the guy who buys a lottery ticket every week.
Still hoping.
Yeah.
What do you think becoming a father will change in your career and in your marriage? Obviously, for me, it's different. Like, I've been cooking for, at this point, 8 months. So I am very much aware of my new role, and I do feel I'm a mother. And obviously, we've been parents for Georgie. And then those who've seen Georgie and those who know his lifestyle, it's more than a dog. This dog has bougie lifestyle. He behaves like a human, and he's like a real child to us.
You've convinced me that nothing needs to change, that we can carry on our life and just bring Archie somehow into this. And then, I haven't told you this yet, last night I had a dream that I hated Archie, the baby, because everything in life had to change. Like, I couldn't do all these things, and I suddenly started, I think that's why I woke up in a bad mood this morning.
Don't listen to him.
I'm sure it's not true.
That's fine, we'll find you a new daddy. But at the same time, I think it's a bit delusional for us to think that life will just simply carry on, you know?
But do you think you can incorporate a baby into the life we have? Like, we travel so much.
We travel so much, yes, we do. You know, like having a dog didn't stop us doing the things that we love doing.
Yeah,
but because we got the
a dog
support,
sitter.
yeah.
But I don't think that's good parenting. Like, we ship Georgie off for weeks at a time sometimes.
Right, he has the best time ever, mate.
Yeah, he does, but we're not really parents then, are we?
I know that my life will change because I'm a woman. And then, you know, the woman who decided, no, I'm a woman who decided to decided and agreed with my partner to breastfeed the child, you know? If I was, what? This is oversharing now, huh? But if we decided not to breastfeed, and we would have opted for bottles, then anyone can give a bottle to a child. It's nanny, grandparents, etc. You know, anyone in the OB truck can give a bottle to a child, you know, as long as they can hold him tight. But breastfeeding affects the lifestyle, you know? Why are you laughing?
I don't know. I just, the way you said we agreed to breastfeed, like.
No, but you wanted this.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous that I had such a strong opinion.
Yeah. So, and now when I'm thinking about like being on site, you know, I need to think about things like, does this venue have a changing table? Does this venue have a space where I can hide and breastfeed, you know, or I'll need to stick this electronic like breast pump, walk around whilst I'm breastfeeding, pouring this into a bottle and then give it.
What's that buzzing noise going?
yeah. And then I hope there's no like RF interference with our wireless cameras and sound. But, you know, like, I know that I will have to physically be adapting to things because
you will walk around with a breast pump on.
You will be.
How are you going to walk around with a breast pump on? Can you?
Yes, that's why on my list there's it's a small device, so you just stick it into your bra and then it pumps one tit at a time.
But is it like one bigger than the other then?
Yeah, you just need to have a stretchable bra, mate.
Yeah, but like are you walking around?
Yeah, you're walking around like this, yeah, but you know. But that's what I'm saying. Your life will probably not change because when I was trying to think, because when I was trying to think how you're gonna deliver like a live broadcast, you will be inside the OB truck, and then technically you can't have a baby on you. No, you won't be able to. Full stop. So it will fall on me to be around with him, and then figuring out those moments where, you know, like if I need to breastfeed or if I have a client meeting, and then, you know, obviously when I'm having some crew meetings, I'll be able still to have a child here. And if he cries, tough shit, guys, you know, I'm your boss, so please just stick around and suffer. But I can't be the same with a client, you know, unless the client is a very understanding client. And if the baby starts crying or anything halfway through the meeting, you know, how I'll be able to do this. But then,
do you think that is an unprofessional look? Why do you think you couldn't bring a baby to a meeting?
Again, it's just, you know, it's the limitations in my head because I've never seen this done before. You know, like I know that in many areas of how I run the business and how I live my life, I'm leading by example. Like I'm trying and doing things I've never seen before, and I am actually setting up this example for other people. You know, because yes, I have those fears and I have those like limitations in my head, but I still persevere and I still push through them just because of my personality.
Would you get annoyed if you were in a meeting and someone was like, sorry, I've got to go, my baby's crying?
Before I got pregnant, probably. Now, being pregnant, I honestly, I have so much respect for mothers, fathers, anyone, like caretakers. It has shifted in me.
So then,
I would be more
Would you-
understanding.
so you could have a. Do you think you could have a business meeting with a baby there, if you were with, if the meeting was with a parent?
Yeah, if I was in the position of a client and the supplier would come with a baby, I would be really understanding.
But like a single bachelor, you wouldn't even think about it because they just wouldn't understand.
I don't think, it's just, if you don't have this experience, you probably don't have the understanding, and this is it. And I don't know, like I cannot anticipate how our clients will react to us having potentially a baby on set. But at the same time, I hope that we're all adults and we can all communicate. And if the client is unhappy, they're not just gonna kill our contract, just because they were not happy, because they saw us being unprofessional. So someone can give you a warning and say, you know what, I appreciate you have some family needs, but on our set, we would rather this not to happen. But I think there's also some common sense in terms of like the corporate environment where certain gigs where you can bring a child and when you really won't,
Yeah.
But I think it will be a very interesting journey to see how it's gonna be. The world is changing dramatically at the moment, and people are more accepting and people are more open to the new ways.
Do you think people would be more accepting to me bringing a baby on my?
Oh, I think everyone will think that it's so fucking cute. Oh my god, it's an involved father who is spending time with a kid, not just on Sunday. I think this is the thing. Like everyone will be just like over the moon seeing you with a cute little baby hanging on you, because this is like a novelty and this is the excitement. I don't know. It just changes something in people's like hormones, etc. Like I think you can get away with more things having a child strapped to you than I would be. But in 2017 when I started the business, I knew that once upon a time I will want to have a child, and I will want to have flexibility, and I will want to have my final say on how I run things and how I work. So there's no one else saying to me, "Oh, you can't have this sick day because you need to take care of the baby." I wanted to be free in choosing how I work, when I work, and what I do, and have this flexibility because I didn't have the faith in society or other institutions or other companies that would be able to do this for me. I knew if I wanted to have some flexibility and freedom, I would need to build it myself. But we will see now. We will see when Archie is born, and if there was another delusional thing that I persuaded myself and you into, or we can actually make it work.
Can I share my biggest fear about pregnancy?
The way.
You having a vaginus. I think when I read about it in a book, and then every time you talk about it, I feel physically sick. That I'm scared. That and fucking 10 to 12 times a day changing nappies. Those are the two things. Everything else I'm like, fuck it, YOLO.
But we'll see again. We might be very delusional, maybe running low on sleep, and then we will rock up to. I hope that we'll still be filming this podcast, and people will see and laugh at us. Oh, you remember those idiots in that pilot? They said that life is not going to change, and we'll be there, on our last drop of energy. So, what do you hope for people to take out of the show?
You and I saying some unconventional, inappropriate things that other people don't talk about, and maybe making it seem like it's okay to have concerns and answering questions maybe that either you don't normally ask because it's inappropriate to ask. Like, British people wouldn't ask such a question. Like, you fucking ask anything. You have no limits to your questioning. And to prove that things can be done, like having a baby and running a business, being a couple running a business, something else that's not a business. Maybe inspire. Wouldn't it be nice to inspire?
Because in our personal life and in our business life, we actually influence a lot. We've changed people's lives, from our friends, that we inspire them to take action and make some serious changes in their life by leading by example. You know, wanted more from their partners, wanted more from their marriage, wanted more from their careers. I mean, what we've done to like our team members as well, you know, in the sense of like training people who used to be copywriters into camera operators, people who used to clean hospital floors into editors, you know, like we've been like enabling people in our both personal and business life.
Okay, your advice to a friend was one in the bum, ticket to Japan. Like, is that your level of inspiration?
No, sometimes, you know, take an opportunity when it's there, right? And I want this influence to, I'm sure we have the capacity and the potential to influence more people. And I hope that people will get inspired by us. I wanted us to have fun. You know, like, I don't know what's gonna come out of this. We made a commitment that we're gonna shoot 12 episodes. And we're not even looking...
12 episodes?
Yeah, 3 months.
That was 4.
Weekly, we are filming new episodes. And then we're not even looking at like all the marketing and statistics and reach and likes and shares and all that crap.
Oh, I'm not even looking.
I'm not even looking, it doesn't fucking matter.
24 hours late after publishing this, you will be freaking out. Ben, no one has watched it. Nobody's listened.
But it doesn't matter. We're going to do this. We're still going to do this regardless. We're going to persevere. We're going to do this. We're going to try and see where it's taking us. But we're making this commitment for 12 episodes. If people don't like it, that's fine. I'm sure there will be someone, at least your mom will like, will click a like and comment.
My mum loves all my work.
Exactly.
Benji's always the best.
Anyways, guys, if you liked this pilot episode, please share love, share comments, ask questions, support us. You know, like usually people have something negative to comment. Usually people comment something negative. And when they like something, they just let it pass by. But it's really important for us to know that you are on the other side, it's inspiring you, it's interesting for you, and give some more motivation for us to keep doing this. Because let me remind you, we're running a business, we're about to have a baby, we're quite busy people, so we don't want to just waste our time if it's not helping anyone.
So here's our donation page. How do people share the love?
And OnlyFans.
Oh, no. This has been a true joy. I cannot wait.
It's like there's a fucking
to
gun
go
into
again.
his head.
I am not being paid to say these lines.